Hi YouTube. Today's video is a story time, and it's a story time on my natural birth with both of my daughters. I gave birth to my first daughter on September 17th, 2015, and it was pretty swift. Now, my body is weird. I can't um, what is it, dilate on my own, so I had to go get induced. And the way my pregnancy was set up, I don't get sick at all. I never got sick with her. I didn't have to get as big as I did get. I went from like 134 pounds to like 220 pounds, and that was the birth weight because my butt was greedy. Like, I was eating all the processed food and ate everything I didn't need to eat just because I knew I wouldn't get sick. So finding out I was pregnant with her, see if I can remember. I was like happy and excited because I wanted a baby. Like, I was trying for her for months, and when she finally came, it was that month. I was just like, okay, if she don't come, then it's cool. I'm just living my life, right? Well, she definitely popped up, and yeah, my pregnancy with her was cool. And when it was time for me to give birth to her, or actually, it wasn't really time for me to give birth to her because my body didn't dilate at all. I was at no centimeters. I didn't even go into natural labor on my own. What happened was I went to my clinic, and my doctor made a referral for me to get an ultrasound because she thought that my baby was going to be bigger than what I guess your body can push out, especially for a first time mom, because you know everything down there is just regular since birth with you growing. And so on my actual due date, which was September the 16th, I went to the doctors. What's this? The 16th? Yes. September the 16th, I went to the doctors so I can get an ultrasound. And this specific, like, head doctor of the people that do ultrasounds, he was like, "What is today your due date?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Well, if today's your due date, it's no point in keeping the baby, and we might as well just deliver this baby. Let's get her induced now." So that's when we found out that I was at 0 centimeters. I wasn't ephased or anything like that either. So they started me uh, from there. I registered. I got to my room, changed my clothes. They put the IV in me, all of that stuff. And the medicine that they gave me was, I don't know the name of these medicines at all, but they definitely gave me a half a pill. So it's this little tiny, y'all, might be shaking. It's this little tiny pill. Like, it's probably smaller than that. And they cut that in half to start the induction process. So I got the pill. It took hours to work. I think I got to like at least maybe 1 centimeter, but you need to get to 10 to push. And this stuff for some people takes time, and others it's like that. And some people body can just do everything on its own. So I didn't get anywhere. They gave me another half of the pill, and that basically jump started everything. Now the process took hours because I didn't deliver until the next day, which means that was 24 hours of me being in labor. This was my first time ever feeling this type of pain, so I'm not used to pain like that, but I had a very high tolerance for pain because I was supposed to been ask for medicine, and I didn't. And they like to push that epidural on you, and I was not with none of that because I was always hearing mothers that had stories about their back hurting years later, like when their child is grown and their back still be hurting from the epidural. Mind you, that needle is about this long. That is a very long needle. So I didn't get an epidural, but I did get something for the pain. It did start hurting to the point where I couldn't bear it, but not strong enough for me to ask for the epidural though. So what I got was, I don't know the name of the medicine, but they put it in your IV, and they gave me a shot in my leg. So as soon as the lady put it in my IV, I was like, I was already gone. And then I heard her, I guess you could say from the distance, calling my name to tell me that she needed to give me the shot in my leg. So I'm like, oh, okay, here. Like, here. And then, yo, I tell you, as soon as I got that, I'm like, yo, nothing on the street gotta compare to this. Like, this was the I'm trying to say, That was some good stuff. It had me out. I went out like that. I went to sleep. I woke up. Of course, I'm still in labor, so duh, you're gonna be feeling labor. So I'm like, hmm. I know I can stand this, but at the same time, I wanted that too. So I waited it out for a while. You don't get to eat, but I snuck food. And I asked for it again. They gave it to me again, and then the next day around 3:50, excuse me, I was able to deliver my baby. With that process, my doctor came in, which is the actual due date of my firstborn, without me having her yet, right? My doctor came in, but I wasn't ready to deliver yet. I think I was probably at like 4 centimeters. So she left. I don't know where she went. She probably went back to my clinic. I don't know. But she left, and all of a sudden, it felt like 30 minutes, 45 minutes later, but the time duration could be off. It could be a psyche thing. It could be in your head. So she left, and I just felt like I was about ready to push. Like, it felt like you gotta take a dump. You ever been like in a car or in a building somewhere where it's not your building and you're nowhere near a restroom, or it's no public restrooms or something like that? You just holding your poop, like you just gotta poop real bad and you just holding it. TMI, I know y'all, but it's a part of the birth story. That's how I felt. I was like, yo, I think I gotta take a dump. But I remember hearing stories of when it feels like you have to take a dump, that's the baby coming. So I'm like, oh no. So they lay you in the hospital bed. Everybody know how the hospital bed have you laid down. So they lay you in the hospital bed. And I'm like, this is uncomfortable. I started getting uncomfortable. I started moving. So I turned around like a doggy style position. And I'm like, nah, I'm about to push. Which, mind you, I already let them know, like, oh yeah, I don't know, like, they already hear the way my tone is set up, so they know something is going on, and they already told me that my doctor is on her way back, but I didn't know if she was out there somewhere in her car going to do her own thing or in the building. I didn't know where she was at. So I turned around and I started to push. I did like one push, and then I did like another push. Mind you, for you mothers that are going to deliver, that is watching this video, and this could be your first baby, or you had traumatic experiences delivering a first baby and you're pregnant with your second child, if your body is up to it and if your body is strong enough, only push during your contractions. That's the best way to get the baby out. That's the smoothest way to get the baby out. And if you're with your doctor and there's some complications, push when your doctor tells you to push. So that's a little disclaimer. I was pushing during them contractions because I ain't gonna lie, it felt like a good dump just pushing. But I made the mistake of pushing, like trying to rush to hurry up and get her out. I made the mistake of pushing before, it was time to push. And my doctor was like, no, wait, only push during your contractions. So she actually showed up. And she was like, okay, you got to turn around, turn around, turn around. I'm like, nah, this position feel good. Mind you, I'm in the doggy style position. So I'm like, nah, this position feel good. She like, no, you have to turn around. So I turn around for her, and we deliver my baby. They got a full head of hair looking like a little Chinese baby. And that's my birth story with my first daughter. My recovery, it was kind of smooth. But by me pushing that time without that contraction, and I guess you can say she was my first baby, I feel like I tore a little, but probably not. Probably stretching that part of my body out that has never been stretched like that before. I started to feel the effects of it. So everything was pretty smooth. It did hurt, like I needed to, it's this spray that they give you. I needed the spray to like numb down there. Like, I didn't want to use the bathroom, and you have to pee unless you want that infection. Like, you have to use the bathroom, and it just like, it was annoying. That's the only annoying part. So the birth process was cool, the labor process wasn't really that annoying, and my pregnancy was like really smooth the whole pregnancy. My second daughter is actually born September 9th 2017. And with her, I didn't know I was pregnant until New Year's Day. And she gave me 1 day out of my whole pregnancy. I was nauseous for like 1 day, but it would like come here, and then it wouldn't, and then I wouldn't be nauseous for hours, and then I'll be nauseous again, then I wouldn't be nauseous, and then that was it. But with my second pregnancy, I did have vision problems. Preeclampsia is when your vision becomes blurred. Mine wasn't blurred. I was having double vision. You know when you put your hand right here and you look cross-eyed, like you see two of everything. My vision was like that. My vision was like that for about a month, and I say it was like that because I wasn't drinking water. Like in my house, we had waters, juices, sodas, and I was just tearing them sodas and them juices up, walking straight past the water. Like I couldn't just take at least one sip of water. That's really what I blame it on. So stay hydrated. And then in life, you're supposed to stay hydrated anyway. So I don't know why I wasn't paying attention to myself or anything of that matter. So, yeah, I did that to myself. And then I also put myself on a no juice diet, no soda diet, just drink straight up water to at least bring myself back, which gradually it did. It took about 3 weeks to a month to bring myself back. And I'm glad that happened. So I don't think that has anything to do with my child. That had more so to do with me, because when I went to the doctors for that and they admitted me thinking that I had preeclampsia, nothing was wrong with the baby. It was just me tripping. So my birth story with her, mind you, I said in my first pregnancy, I didn't even get to any type of centimeters to my due date. So I carried that information on with my new doctors, and they was like, okay, so we're just going to induce you. So my induction day was on a Friday, I believe, and they gave me a different type of medicine. Like I think they gave me the half a pill that my first labor doctor hospital did or whatever. The pill that they gave me, I believe they gave me the same thing, but that didn't work because I didn't get to 1 centimeter or anything at all. And then they gave me this string, like it's a long string that they insert into you, and to this day I don't know where that string is, so I guess it dissolves. Because the reason why I say that is I was there, she came on the 9th, so I was there on the 8th, and hold on, I know she came on the 9th, I don't know. Anyway, I was there before she came, and I lost my train of thought. I was there before she came. Of course, we already know that. Duh, that's what you was in the hospital for. Anyways, they gave me the string. I put the string in me, and my doctor was like, okay, so since you've been pregnant since last night and nothing has happened, they gave me the string around 7 something in the morning, 7:20 I believe, but they gave me the string. It was like, since you've been pregnant and nothing's happened, you can eat. So they gave me breakfast, which was banana and pancakes and orange juice. I don't even like orange juice, but whatever. I ain't eat right. So that's what they gave me. And I ate the banana. I ate, it was eggs there too, and I think it might have been bacon, but I'm really not sure. So I ate the banana. I tried to eat the potatoes. I said potatoes. Oh my God. Y'all laughing with me? I hope y'all laughing with me. Anyway, so I ate the banana and I ate the pancakes and I drank the apple juice. Bruh, I'm tripping. I drank the orange juice. And the doctor informed me, mind you, my actual doctor didn't deliver my baby. I'm actually glad she didn't, but we'll get to that another day. Anyways, he was like, you can choose to eat if you want to. You don't have to eat. If you do eat, there's a possibility with this medicine that you will get nauseous. And I'm like, all right, whatever, it's cool. This is only temporary. It ain't gonna last, blah, blah, blah. So I took I ate the food. Mind you, they already gave me the medicine. I used the bathroom. They was like, make sure the string don't come out. I don't think the string came out. And before I knew it, that medication started instantly. It didn't hurt, but my first pregnancy spoiled me when I was in labor. I was like, can y'all give me something for the pain? So they gave me the medication, and I went to sleep. And while I was asleep, that's why I said it was kind of quick, because while I went to sleep, I was feeling the pains that was letting me know to push, but I didn't know that's what was going on. I'm just like sleep. I'm like, okay, maybe I gotta use the bathroom. I get up, try to use the bathroom, or before I even did that, I was twisting and turning, and then I would cough, and then like water would squirt, but I thought I was peeing on myself, but I wasn't. My water was breaking. Also, I ended up getting nauseous and ended up throwing up. And with me throwing up, I was also pushing the water out more, and I didn't know that that's what was going on. Now, that should have told me and the tech or whoever that was that I was giving information to that maybe it's time for me to push. Maybe check me and see if I'm at least 10 centimeters dilated. But nobody checked me. So I just went on about my day. I tossed over, went to sleep. By this time, when I woke up, I felt like I had to take a dump. So, not thinking, because it wasn't as strong. The feeling wasn't as strong as it was with my first child. So I didn't think I was in labor. I really thought I literally did have to go use the bathroom. So I told the lady I have to use the bathroom. I didn't tell her it was a dump, because I just was like, nah. So I went to the bathroom. I tried to pee. I don't even remember if I did that or not, but I did try to do a number two, and for the life of me, I could not get a dump out for nothing. So I was like, maybe this joint stuck or something. So I went to lay back down, and then that's when I started feeling worse. I threw up again, and the water kept squirting out, and I was like, and I finally like came to my senses. I'm like, wait, I might be in labor to push. And so I called the lady, and but they have a monitor that they hook to your stomach, and in their station or whatever, they can see like when I would like throw up, like the motions of it, so they knew that something was wrong. So I told her I think I might be ready to push. She checked me, and man, as soon as she checked me, it was about that time. And then honestly, 10 minutes before I delivered, I was supposed to been delivered my child. Didn't know that though. So the doctor came in, and he was like, this is your second child. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, okay, well, you know what you're doing. Deliver your baby. We just going to be right here to catch it, right? I'm like, shoot, I know what I'm doing, because I'm going to push during these contractions only. So I pushed probably about 4 times, and I delivered her. I forgot a key part with my first child. But anyways, I delivered my second child. There was no tearing. It didn't hurt. Afterwards, they let you do the chest to chest, you know, all that good stuff, and then you get up and you go to the restroom and you like clean yourself up, because they want a sample of your urine or whatever, right? It didn't hurt when I used the bathroom or anything like that. But before I get into more details about my second child, which I'm on right now, before I get into more details about her, I'm going to go back to my first child. With my first child, when I was pushing her head out, it felt like someone had tweezers or those little things, the scissors that you use on your nail, and they was just tearing me. Like, that's why I felt like I tore, because her head coming out was just too much for me. And okay, that's the part that I had forgot to say about her. But back to my second child, I delivered her very smoothly. She was good. I was good. Both my kids' heads came out with hair, and their head was shaped a good shaped head, so it was no cone or nothing like that, right? Okay, so this is the thing. The pregnancy and the delivering part was cool. It was great. The placenta, though, with my second child, the placenta was still attached to my body. So my doctor, with his huge hands, had to push on my stomach and dig inside me to pull the placenta off of my body. I'm trying to tell you, that was the most uncomfortable feeling I ever had in my life. I was literally moving him away from me. He gonna tell this fragile other doctor or whoever she was to hold my arms down so I wouldn't move him, to stop him from what he's doing, because if it stays attached to me and I keep bleeding excessively, I'm gonna need a transfusion. So I was trying to cooperate so bad, but I'm trying to tell you, cooperation and pain overtook cooperation. Like, that was just too much. I couldn't deal. So he ended up getting it off, and I didn't even, after you deliver a child, you bleed for about, 4 to 6 weeks. I only bled for like 2.5, because it took most of the blood out, I guess, when they did all of that. My second child, I bled for about a month. I'm sorry, my first child, I bled for about a month. My second child, I bled for about like 2.5, 3 weeks. And that's my birth stories with both of my children. I had both of them natural, because by the time I was pushing, I didn't feel anything to compress the pain. So, like I said, it wasn't much pain. I had both of them natural. Two girls, they're both healthy. I'm pretty much sure majority of you all follow me on my social media, so you guys either already know me and my babies, or you see my babies on my channel. Um, yeah, that's about it. If you have any video ideas that you want me to do, let me know and I will do them.